Young rich nigga got trap routine. Bad little bitches won't lick on me. Moving like a YN when I was 16. Smoking that weed and trapping down houses. Back of the lack and I'm higher than a mountain. Drink codeine, got it coming out of fountain. What you finna do for that allowance? Bags on the floor, counting. I'm going through, finna come out accounting. Running through a dry, I doubt it. You wanna get money, I'm about it. Okay, okay, okay. I drag you in the street. Okay, okay, okay. I just ride on that beat. Okay, okay. I drag you in the street. Okay, okay. I just ride on the beat. Okay, okay. I drag you in the street. Okay, okay. I just ride on the beat.
Let me see where we at tonight. We could bring this back to life. Thought that I couldn't, you should be embarrassed. Their egos is threatened, they really should cherish. Too many excuses, I don't wanna hear it. Don't call it a patio, bitch, it's a terrace. We finna make us a killing, that's word to my days. They try to play me as a villain and color me bad. I noticed the jealousy peaking, I thought we was past this. This type of exposure's indecent, these niggas is classless. I bet on myself when the labels thought I was a bad risk. The money that I had invested is doing gymnastics. This what we need, this type of engine don't run off of greed. They music ain't big as my songs that it leak. They need some assistance, you call the police. F all the talking is cheap. How many costs why they call it a fleet? Living the stars in the comments and media's out in that care if you comment on me.
Yeah, all this bad shit around nigga, man, all this motherfucking money, man. All this shit going on around the nigga. Why self-life? We got London on the track. Nigga, horses don't stop, they keep going. Yeah. You can lose your life, but it gon' keep going. Why not risk life when it's gon' keep going? Yeah. When you die, somebody else was born, but at least we got to say we ran on the digit, we ran on the money, we ran on the digit, we ran on that money, we ran on the digit, we ran on the money. We ran on the digit, we ran on some money, we ran on the digit, we ran on some money, we ran on some digit, we ran on some money. I'm living like I'm on the field for the Hennies. I talk lots of shit like my bitches are dangerous. They didn't know me once, so I left from with wishes. You know it's a drop when you drain and can't flip it. I'm living big, I swear to God, I'm Luke, ain't kidding. Money, turn it up, mama, gon' slam her some dope, I have great like a grandma. You know my ice blinking like OJ like a panda. Roll it, hold it, I couldn't control, shout it like a channel. My racks are squeaking on that pot and I hop in that Rari, I crank on like water. Horses don't stop, they keep going. Yeah. You can lose your life, but it gon' keep going. Why not risk life when it's gon' keep going?
Good morning, chat.
When you die, somebody else was born, but at least we got to say we ran on the digit, we ran on the money, we ran on the digit, we ran on that money, we ran on the digit, we ran on the money. We ran on the digit, we ran on the money, we ran on the digit, we ran on some money, we ran on some digit, we ran on some money. I'ma move me some dough like confusion. I'ma go in that bit with a ruler. I'ma toast me a nigga like Schroeder's. I'ma keep a red flag cause I'm Booler. I know some rollers, braces like a duelist.
morning, chat. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Alright, let's go live.
We got London on the track. First you get that money, then you get that power. If he tune in, knows up, boy, he on that powder. Now you walk around with 50 in your trousers. Diamonds bullying on my
South Africa, shut up.
Blouses.
Shout out.
Make it rain shower. You did that.
Shout out South Africa. What's up, FZ? Untraceable Jack, what's up? AM Jat. 3911. Brino. Good morning, everybody. L3, what's up, man? First funded? Okay, turn me up. What's up, Master Key Money? FX, what's up? What's up, Kenny? Y'all can hear me, right?
Or else I'm killing them. Hey, that's a fact. She blood all over my timber. She make a nigga say what? I swear that cause she feeling
De-escalator. Are you thinking that's her name? De-escalator? Or no, that De-escalator. De-escalator, right? Mr. Generalist. Good morning. I know the music's loud. I'm just trying to wake myself up, really. Good morning, though, chat. Welcome. Midweek. It is midweek. Good morning, Benzo. What's up, Lip Hip? You might finally hit your position. Finally, bro. Finally. I think today's the day, though. It looks like today's the day. It looks like today's gonna be a crazy day, chat. It's looking like a crazy day. It is looking like, what's up, Wish 617? Chat, it's looking like a pretty decent day today. Like we have some good movement during Asian, London, going into NY, so let's hope this can continue. It looks like all gas, no brakes for gold, to be honest, though. It looks like just a potential driving day, chat. Potential driving day. So, yeah, first 2 days of the week were kind of slow, right? And then, or at least I think like the other sessions weren't bad this week, but I think when it came to like, when it came to NY, it was a little slow. Right? So let's see. Yeah, so I think the last 2 days, like since Sunday over here, this is Sunday. And then, yeah, like it was okay, you know, throughout like NY. It wasn't anything crazy. Like NY on Monday moved down like maybe 8 to 10, like 250, not much. And then the next day, Asian moved. And then 8 to 9, same thing again, like 9 on Tuesday. Yesterday, you moved like 300 pips. Nothing too crazy though. And then Asian moved quite a bit. Pre-London moved quite a bit. London moved too, and it's just been continuously moving. So there's been no breaks. But you are, look at the 4. It's like sticking out like a sore thumb, man. It's like it's a 4-hour leg candle off bat. You can see it right here, chat. So that's kind of what our focus is right now, right? Still got a little bit of range too, so I just gotta check out the structure really. But if that's all set, then we should be good to continue coming down. Now, I think the higher time frame is what like we should focus on, because like that's gonna be targets and what we're gonna use for next zones, right? Like where could we go till? So that's the thing. You have this on last Thursday here, right here, last Thursday, and that's kind of what you're filling right now, right? You're filling that range, so you can kind of block this out too. Like I'm gonna treat this as like an invisible candle, honestly. Looking left, like you do bump into some traffic around here though, right? That was the first time. That's kind of where you rejected the first time, over here and over here. And then the second time, actually I don't know if we can, there's no point in blocking this out because this is already rejected anyways, right? But your next zone is gonna be down here. right? So you can kind of move the zone down. Like this is like the very bottom of the range, so around like 39 39.53 zones in these areas, that's going to be next. So that's something I'll keep an eye on when it comes to targets today, because that's where we could push down till, right? That's kind of where you have clean traffic till. Again, the 4-hour leg candle, it's still going to be, I think, 110 pips. And the daily, it shows clean traffic till here. I think your next zone after the daily, like there's minor zones coming down. It could be like a 39.99. From here to there is like 390 pips, so it's quite a bit. And then below 3999 or 4000 really is 420 pips into the next weekly zone. So again, lots of range. In total, it's like 800 pips, right? So lots of range, and it's driving right now. So if that can keep up, then we can look for continuation, right, to come down. I think you also have a daily leg candle here too that's also filling. I think you already got the body reaction on Thursday, right? There's a body reaction here already. So as you come back down, this should fill, and then also this should fill too. And that's kind of where you're looking at, right? So 4,000 could be the day. And then we might actually see, chat, today might be the first time we see 3,000s in a while, right? Even if it's like 3,999, like potential, high potential to see some. And yeah, that's the higher time frame. So let's drop back to the 4 or the small time frame to see the structure, because I want to see if there's enough structure coming down. Let's see. All right, so 395354, and then yeah, coming down, you have this right here. So the structure is kind of what we're looking for, right? I'll say like this isn't bad. Like let's check the 5 in the minute real quick. Like yeah, this isn't bad. Like there's a bit of like lower highs coming up too. I wonder if we can get wick entry sells, because this is kind of already directional, right? And if we do, where could that be? Where could that be? So there's something here. Did you already come up towards 45.6? I'm going off of this right here. So I'll check to see if you've already came up towards there. I think you did, right there. So that can't really be a zone, because if you come back up to re-break, that can likely drive past. But if that does drive past, then next zones could be, I think it's a little higher. Like, it would be nice if we can get a wick entry sells, right, chat? It's just that you gotta drive up like 300 pips. So it's not bad, but we can't use this no more, right? 45.6, like that could be seen as like a minor resistance, but I think like for the wick entry sells, like you don't want to use the same high that you already rejected off of, right? If you didn't get this one, then it's like as you come back up to re-break, there's a high chance that would just push through, and then you're looking at like 40.79 next. So we can't use that, but what else could we use there? Let's move this up a little bit. Honestly, I think it will just be continuation then, because we can't really take the wick entry sell right at 5.6. Like minor zones maybe. I'm assuming though, like the next area could be like once you fill this range here, like if you can come down to fill the rest of the range into these zones, and then you pull up towards like these areas maybe, because then you have that, and then you have this rejection here. So if you can come down towards like 40.20 and then pull back, like let's say we can't get the sells down, we miss out on these sells coming down towards this wick fill here, we can wait for a price to tap 40.20, and then once it reacts off of 40.20 or wherever it reacts off of, as it pulls back, you can get the wick entry sell down. I'm using like these zones next. So there is a possibility of that, but again, you got to come down first, right? So it would be nice if we can actually be part of the move down. Still got 150 pips. I want to see a drive of this though. We can like break below these ranges, continue to push, and then pull back, I think that would be nice, because this could still be a fake out or like a double fake out. You can say this has been like a fake out here, and if you get another fake out, it's like back into this range, right? So if you can get a push down, and then because like this is consistent, but I think that could be a lot better. So if you can get a consistent push down, hopefully you don't tap into 20, you still got a little bit of range left, and then you pull back. As you come back down to rebreak the lows, you can look for continuation of sells, right? And then you're just kind of expecting like price to continue down, right, towards like 420 and so forth. This camera is tweaking. But yeah, I think that's what's next, chat. So continuations down or a wick entry sells at like 40.83, but really like I think that's kind of all I've got right now. And then we'll see as the session goes on. We have like plenty of range, so there could be like high chance more ideas that come to mind. This might be a third minute seller replay here, but yeah, I think that's pretty straightforward day. Let me just unplug this real quick. Hold on. Trade incoming with the cam bugging like this, always. All right. All right. There you go, sub. Off stream? No, I haven't taken an off stream trade in like a year plus. Like aside from, because I've only been trading one session, so it's been like NY session, and if I was trading NY, I'll be in Divisal 1 trading it, or I was in on stream like this. So yeah, no option trades, but Asian might be soon, yeah. Asian could be soon. I don't know if I'll be streaming Asian, or I don't know. I gotta see if I'm even trading Asian first, and if I do, I gotta figure out if I'm gonna be streaming it, or if it's gonna be like streaming in Divisal 1, or is this gonna be like me trading Asian and send the signal to the signal channel. What was I gonna do here? Oh yeah, mark up the charts, right? So I want to delete one though. I don't know if we need this. We might not need this. Right now, at least. Hello? And then coming straight down towards 22. All right, there we go. There's a push. Nice. Can we break the lows? I want to have a major zone too. I want to have, I think I'm missing something. Daily's up there, right? We can mark up that. Like that. We can drag this across. 40.83. Okay, so 41313953. Wait, what was it? 4131. And then 3953. $48.3, 40.22. Cool. And then 3999. 4,000 flat, right? All right, so yeah, it looks like it's approaching 40.22. That's our next zone. I do want to see this break, chat. So that's the thing. Like if it breaks, we might miss out on this range coming down, right? It's I think the breakout lows to the next area is like 120. So it's not that like crazy of a range, but it's very tradable. But I do want to see this break. And if it breaks, I don't know how far it's going to drop. It could be like 29, 28, 27, 25. It can just be 20, 30, right? I don't know. But I want to see it break, and then I want to see it pull back one more time. And then if it can pull back, and then it doesn't even need to hold the resistance. It can even break above. It's fine. But as you re-break the lows after that it made, that's my continuation. And depending on if it's slow or fast, it could be the second re-break. So sometimes I wait for like a second re-break of the lows. So instead of like breaking the lows and taking a sell stop, you can wait for price to break the lows, pull back, and then the second re-break, right? So it will apply another break. And then, yeah, that's your continuation down towards 22, right? That's your next clean traffic zone. It's just like how we're going to get in is like what's important. Are you expecting major reversal from monthly liquidity? I don't know. It's a little tough because you haven't filled the range yet. Like I think once we actually come down to fill the range, I'll have a better idea, because I would expect maybe a reaction off of this major zone, right? But like even if price were to reverse, it won't just reverse like this. Like price never does that within like a day or within like that quick. Like you'll see it. Like you'll see like price come down to fill the range. So like let's say it comes down to fill the range, and then you'll see rejections, right? And you have a amount of resistance here. Then you'll start to see a rejection again. You start to get a range. Once you get a range, this is when you can. This is still far away from figuring out if it's gonna reverse or not, because this can still continue down. And how you'll know is like by like looking at the market cycles, right? So you have a drive, and then after you have the drive, you have the range. After the range, you need liquidity. So that's either now going to require a break above or a break below. If you can break above, pull back, hold, continue, okay, perfect. Like as you re-break this high, it's like there's a higher chance that this could likely continue up. And that could be the start of your reversal. But this is the weekly time frame, right? So this could be weeks until we actually get the answer. And then the next thing is like, oh wow, push towards 18. Next thing is like you break below, right? Pull back, hold, continue. Or you break below and then you get a fake out. That can also happen as well. Same thing with the push up. You can break above, fake out down to continue, right? But we're still like very far away from that because we haven't filled the range yet, or we're about to right now. So did it break? It did, right? And I think it just broke within one push. All right. So yeah, we couldn't get in there obviously, but you still got range to 4,000 next chat. And I wonder if we can get wick entry sells, right? So remember, if we couldn't get this range coming down, as you come down, tap into 4,000 or 422, the rejection, you can start looking for like top wick areas for wick entry sells. So you can start eyeing like 40, 43 here, looking left, like there's a resistance there. If you come up towards there, it could be wick entry sells. Or if you, let's see, where else can we use? If it comes down towards 3,999, it could be used a 40.22, maybe. There's potential. 40.18, there's potential if you can come down towards 99, and then one motion, one constant pullback, right? And then wick entry sells. And for stops there, I think we could use, let's see. I think today we can probably use like 42.31. 42.31, 42.09. How big are those stops? If we get a wick entry sell, it's going to be like 18. Right at 40.18. But I do need to see this tap 39 first there. If it doesn't tap 39 and rejects from here, we'll use a 40.43. So that's gonna require a steeper pullback. But if this could fill this range and then pull back, well, it looks like that's not gonna happen because you're rejected, right? You want the first initial reaction. Then we can leave this here. Right, because then this will be the first initial reaction. So 40, 43, what else do you have? I think that's it, 40, 43. So pretty far. I don't know if we'll get it, because like this already came close. It was like maybe 50 pips away from filling the range, and then it rejected, right? So it's 240 pips. Let's see, maybe. Maybe if this is one constant motion up, but that's gonna require a steeper push here. Yeah, so stops and lots, like if we get in, it'll be like, I think it's around 1800. It depends on how we get in here, but like I'm using like 42.31 right now. That's my stop. So if we get a wick entry, it's like 19. I think we'll leave like a 0.05 lot, to be honest. I think this is runner potential though today on this trade chat. So not every trade chat is runner potential, right? But this one could be. I think the last two trades weren't really runner potentials. And we need to get runners as well. See oil? No, I just got on the charts. I haven't seen anything. This is the first thing I'm looking at. We might get early trades today too, chat. It might be like before 9. First time in a long time. First time in a long time we can get something before 9. Let's see. When was the last trade before 9? Before 9 a.m. East. Our last trade before 9 was May 5th. It's been that long since, oh no, I lied. June 5th. All right. Wasn't bad. We got an 8-4. Yeah, I think we got 4 or 5 pips that day. So maybe runner days usually happen a lot earlier too, right? So I think that day we kind of almost got a runner. Almost. Could be the same today. What's oil at though? Let me check out oil. Damn. Interesting. Every now and then, oil just does one of these, huh? 1, 2, 3. Bottom wick missing here, maybe. 60. This is the Ranger end, I guess. Like that. So yeah. 52 shows that as next. 52.42 on oil. I'm in from 40.38. Should I wait for price to reach 39.98? You should probably have a plan to trail stops and profit, my friend. Have a plan to trail stops and then BE always. Those are like things that you always want to have in place. I'm B already? Yeah, so then just trail. What are you in from 38? Just continue trailing. 38 is like right here, right? So I'm guessing this is, what's your TP? 98? Yeah, just trail. At this point, there's no need to like risk your entire profits now just because you want a TP, right? Just trail. I'll probably trail to like the 5 highs. If you flip, then you re-break the highs, you can come back up towards 33. You know, it's a little close to your entry. Just trail at the 5 highs, maybe like 40.17, and just continue trailing from there. But when it comes to like chat, when it comes to like having BEs and like trail stops and profit, like you always just want to be consistent with how to find those zones, right? Like those minor zones and those major zones that you have. So step 1, you know, like once you learn your spawn, how to draw and mark up spawn resistance, once you can learn the difference between like a major and a minor zone, you want to be consistent with using those zones when you're in trades. This is pretty good though. This is good volume. This push there was like 250 within a minute. Very good. What's up, Matt? We filling the range down. We spoke about Monday. Yep. Filling the range down. And then you have a lot of clean traffic. Is this a weekly leg count too here? 39? I don't think so, right? Maybe? I forgot about this one. There's also one here, so you could get a reaction at 99, yeah. Haven't filled it yet though, chat. You're almost there. And then you have a weekly leg candle fill. What's the plan? The plan right now is wick entry sells at 43. I was looking at 18, but I couldn't get an 18 because, by the way, you broke the highs again, right? I couldn't get an 18 because you didn't fill 4,000. If this came down towards 4,000 and then pull back towards 18, I'll look for the wick entry sell 18. You did get the reaction though, but I couldn't get in because of that. So then I'm using the original zone, which is 43, which is pretty steep. So it's going to require like one constant push up. And I think there's a lower probability of that happening. But if that does happen, then that's our position. 4-3 zones. I'm just going based off of these wicks to the left here. But yeah, there's a lower chance of coming up towards 4-3. But if it does, then that's your trade. What's up, Vivizio? I slept mad late yesterday. Good volume during Asian. Yeah, Asian was clean. London was clean. Like, it's been like literally all gas, no brakes for gold. Just straight driving down. Straight directional. So when it's straight directional, like wick entry sells come to clutch and also just breakouts, right? Because you're looking for just continuation. You just want to continue selling the lows, basically. But make sure it's like actually not at a low point. Especially like, I think this is still good. But once you approach like these areas, like that's when you kind of want to chill out. Right, at like 39.53, 39.36, like that's kind of when you want to like, okay, what's gonna happen at this major zone now? But on the way to the major zone, it's very doable. Spreads are pretty good too. 5 minutes lecandle. Five-minute leg candle. I think we would have had like a star replay here probably a couple years ago, right? So stop or something. Actually, it's a leg candle fill plus celery. Might be even better than just a celery play. Low key. You think oil and gold correlate? I don't know. Like, they're both coming down right now. I don't know. I don't like. I haven't been looking at oil that consistent to know. I don't know. US oil, actually USD. So the US definitely correlates somewhere, right? But as regards to like how it shows in the charts, I don't know. What have you guys noticed, chat? You guys know that gold and US oil correlate against each other? What's a starter play? I don't think you need to worry about starter play. That's like an order play. But what it was just like before, it was like whenever you had like closures below ranges and then you close like bullish or like in this case, you're coming down bearish, but then you close bullish holding that zone. Usually, like if you have cleaner traffic coming down, like say towards here, this is the range. As you re-break that low, that used to be our sell stop. That's something we'll use to take. And then I was just saying, like in this case, it's a leg candle filled too, so it's like a 2-in-1 play. I think leg candle gives you a better entry, but yeah, we don't take that no more though, or not as much. I'm sure we do take it in some way, like we'll call it like a breakout, but it's not like directly off of like a seller replay. This thing's oil is like free falling though. That's good though. But 52.42 is next. Do we have any news overnight? 4 hours ago. I don't think so, right? That's the chat. Just that, and then today, like news in terms of folders, you have nothing. Maybe like oil news, crude oil, new home sales at 10, nothing crazy. Tomorrow is when you have a red folder, so core PC price index, it's like a hit or miss, honestly. Today might have more potential than tomorrow with the way it's moving. What's up, Cookie? Here we go, breaking the lows. So next idea here is, so chat, very key on days when you drive, man, don't chase. Like it's okay, you know, it's okay if this rips down like 500 pips. Don't chase though. Just same plan. It looks more like volatile, so it might look like it's more easy, and that's what's gonna, like, you know, tell you like in your head like, yo, take it, right? But don't chase. Like draw out your plays before, like just like how you would trade any other day, and you should be okay, right? But you don't want to chase. Like you don't want to see price like rip, like, because these days price can just go whoop, like rip like 400 pips within a minute candle, and then you'll be here like scrambling to your keyboard trying to enter a sell, right? So just be very like cautious with those pushes. Like they might look clean, but that's literally like how a lot of traders get stuck, right? So just plan it out and take your trades accordingly as you normally would. But yeah, sometimes you're gonna have to draw in advance too. Like, okay, so we couldn't, it looks like we can't get the 43, or right now it looks like we can't. We could still, maybe if it comes up, we'll still take that, but we can't get the 18 no more, obviously. If this thing comes down towards, I need to show traffic here. Okay, so if we start coming down to, let's say, re-break, right? Let's say you re-break 39.99, you push below. I'm assuming next zones could be like roughly here that you can reject off of. So if you can, that's gonna be, let's mark that up too. That's gonna be 49.83. If you come down towards 49.83 and then reject, could you use the 18? Yeah. You can use the 18. I don't know about 33.99, maybe between 03 and 18. But if you get a push down, right, and you fill the range completely, 83 gets tapped, and you get the first initial reaction, you could get the 18. Right, so between 18 and 03. But for this continuation, it's a little tough because you're about to jump into some minor zones here, like these areas here. So it's a little tougher. I wouldn't want to take like continuation of re-breaks. It would have been nice if we could have got from 20, like 30 down, right? Like if earlier, instead of like a minute count ripping straight down, we kind of got a break at the lows and then a pullback and then continuation. I think that would have been our entry, but this kind of just kind of ripped down in a minute, right? There was no pullback. So yeah, earlier when it was here, right? If it could have just like broke the lows, like these lows right here, and then pull back and then continuation, that would have been the play. But this kind of just ripped, right? So I can't really take that. So then you gotta plant the next plays. But now the difference is you're actually approaching a heavier zone. When it was up here, you still had a lot of room. But as you start coming down towards here, you're starting to approach like some heavier zones, right? So you want to be like extra cautious when you're taking like your breakouts here. But wick entry cells are doable still. That's very doable, right? Because all that requires is a continuation of push down, and then whether we reject or not, if you get a pullback, that is your wick entry cell. You're looking to just if price were to reject and come up, it won't just come up like this, right? It's gonna reject, create a higher low, and then from there it's like, okay, you're gonna go up or go down. If it goes up, you still got that first initial reaction, right? So that's your entry cell. And then if you continue down, then high chance you can get runners, right? But that's kind of the idea you're looking for. And that's gonna be 18, so around here. All right, champ. How long did it take before you started taking random trades? Oh, W Eddie, W pay up. Random trades. I think like after like maybe 2021, that's kind of when I got a lot more strict with like taking my trades. But even like looking back, 2021, if I were to look back at my old videos and my old like trades compared to what it is now, like this is definitely peak. Because before, even 2021, like even if I'm waiting for a play, I'll still get hesitant over like, oh shit, I want to get in part of this move. Like still a little FOMO, right? And then as you get more experience, that kind of just wears off. Like you don't care for like these FOMO moves no more. And it's just like you just kind of, instead of chasing the markets, again, like I said, like you're just like predetermining what the market's gonna do. And if the market does do that, then you're in. If it doesn't, then you know, like you don't even execute a position that day. And the rest of people who flip $50 to 5K in a month, is it just luck? You do not want to be flipping $50 to 5K in a month, because that, I mean, it's nice, but you're not gonna build any skill set off of it, and you're gonna end up blowing it. The faster you make it, the faster you lose it. It's kind of how it goes in trading. So if you can like use proper skill to grow that $50 into 5K, that might take like 8 years, 6 years, 5 years, 4 years, 3 years. I don't know, but that's actually a skill. You can actually wake up every day and repeat the same skill set compared to like trying to gamble it. Because let's say you do get to the 5K. Okay, cool. And then you grow from like 5 to 10. You're not gonna stop. You might stop. If you do stop, congratulations. Like you withdraw some money, congratulations. Good shit. But if a lot of traders don't stop after that, they get to 5K, and then they aim for the 10K, and then it gets to a point where they get to a certain number and they start thinking about, what should I do now? How should I take this shit seriously now that I have funding? And the whole time that they were chasing more funds, they realized that they weren't really improving their skill set, but they were just chasing the funds. So when they actually have the money, they don't have the skill set. So it's like, what's more valuable, having the skill set or having the funds? Like having the skill set, 100%. Because then you can grow any account, any amount, and you're already used to those rules that you set for yourself, right? But if you just rush it, you know, it gets to a point where, oh, time for me to start trying. Like trying from what? Experience, you know? Like you're just trying to flip it the entire time. So it's like a much longer, slower route, but trading isn't one fast journey. So that's kind of why I'm showing my 1K account. It's like, it's a slow journey, man. Especially like on a 1K account. A lot of people on 1K accounts, they want to flip it. Like they want to flip it from like 1 to 10 quick ASAP. And that's good. Don't get me wrong. You flip 1 to 10, you know? I flipped 1 to 30 before. And I withdrew it because I knew I was going to lose it if I continue doing it, because it's just full margin and luck trades. But it's not like a good habit. If you know you're going to flip it and you know you're going to withdraw, okay, cool. If it's like extra money for you, you know? But if it's your only account and you're just trying to constantly always flip your only account, GG's, bro. GG's. But let me... May I buy a new camera for you, Don? Yeah, please. I don't think it's a cam though. I think it's my motherboard. I thought it was my cam. I think it is my something. Maybe it's not my mic. I don't know what it is. It's not the wire. I replaced the wire. I replaced the cam link, the Elgato cam link. I don't know. People have issues too. Like with a lot of people on Reddit, they had issues with this exact same like Elgato cam link, and it's like the best cam link there is out there. But I don't know. You believe gold will go long? Yeah, I think gold's bullish. Gold's still bullish long term. It might come down in range for a couple years, maybe. There's a chance. Not saying there is, but there's a chance it could range. If it ranges, it could range for years. But yeah, we're definitely about to get a trade today, Chad. This cam is tweaking way too much to sign. Thanks for the advice. In 5 years, yeah, it's a long time for sure. But man, like if you're always trying to rush the process, like, you're always gonna be running in circles. It never ends. You know, you blow the account, you reload, blow the account, get your like, try to get a way to make your funds, work your job, get a paycheck, run it up, like, and deposit that money again just to repeat the same cycle. It's like, bruh, at what point is it gonna hit you, and you're gonna realize that this isn't the right long-term way to approach things, you know? So it's just like a constant cycle that you really can't even see, because when you're running in the same cycle, it's your world, right? So that's all you see. You're still used to it, but there's different approaches. But sometimes, you know, you kind of just gotta zoom out a little bit. Are we going to trade today? Yes. Well, I don't know, but I'm in hopes of a trade. Yeah, if we can get something, if our ideas can come to life. If our ideas can come to life. So chat, next zone is 83, right? So again, as you approach these heavier major zones, like I can't really take continuation of sells, so I'm gonna have to miss out on this like 190 pip range. And then once you tap 83, you gotta pull back first initial reaction, right? So we gotta start looking for like that first initial reaction zones, which could be like here along these areas here, or here at 18, right? But those are our zones right now. But as for the continuation down right now, like I'm gonna have to let that fly. I can't touch it, man. Gotta watch it drive down 180 pips, right? So this is a good way to practice FOMO, chat. Like say to yourself, yo, I see clean traffic here, but I'm not gonna enter. So this is what you do. You just kind of put your hands up and look at price drive. And you just look like, damn, I could be catching that move right now, but that move isn't the best quality setup I can take right now. And you can't just look at it drop down 180 pips like this. Like that's a perfect way to practice FOMO. You know? Still got 170 more pips to go here. I missed the old version of Don. Where's your $1 million balance, bro? I missed the old version of Don too. But unfortunately, the old version of Don went through a lot of trauma. So So the old version of Don the new version of Don no longer wants to show $1 million balance. Instead, I want to show a 1K balance, and we're gonna find out who still is gonna be locked in. The old version of Don showed $1 million balance because the old Don was like, yo, if I can show people that you can do it, if I can do it, anyone can do it. And then the old version of Don got fucking held at gunpoint for $1 million. So the new version of Don no longer wants to show no more balance. And instead of talking about balance, we're gonna talk about percentages. So that's kind of where we're at. Shaq overseas. No way, bro. W Shaq overseas. Yo, Don got questions. What's the A3 level based off of? A3, just like minor zones here. Hold on, I think it was the 4 that I used there. The 4 hour time frame zones right here. I don't know, when I was like running, like showing like the big balances, I wasn't really thinking about like, oh, it's whatever money, it's like X amount of money in here. It was just kind of like, for me it was like transparency, because no one else like showed an account live on stream like from this amount to, or not even amount, but for this long. So that's kind of why I did it, and it just happened to be that our account grew that much, right? So now I'm like, okay, bet. I came back, I'm like, I don't want to just show my trading view chart though, I need to show something. Right, because that's still my principle. Like, I still want to show like that we're consistent. We still do this every single day. So I'm like, okay, let me start with 1K though, because what is everyone doing now? Showing a bigger balance. Okay, bet. Let me show a smaller balance, and we're gonna run it up. But obviously, you know, with the smaller balance, to get to numbers that people like glamorize and shit, it's gonna take a lot longer. So, you know, that's why it's been like a year, and we only went from like 1K to 2.5, which is like 300% or 250% plus, which is still good. That's like roughly kind of what we were doing with the 100K balance too. 100K to like, I lied, no. I think on the on that we're making like 15% average per month. Those are a lot higher percentages. I think I was using a fixed lot. This is like more so like 5 to 10% growth per month on average lately. Sorry, A3, yeah, I think it was off of the 4. It was off of like these areas here, just minor zones, nothing too major. Like major zones are gonna be more so of like major zones is going to be, I think 5-3. That's your next major zone, because right now you're approaching these areas here, right? So you're like in this area, so that should get filled. That's like clean. And you're breaking these lows too. So this is, I think there is a daily lecandle fill right here. So if you can break that low, should be clean traffic. Clean traffic. Chat, it doesn't have to tap like 7 and 9 before you get wick entry sells too, right? Like if it pulls back from here, because like if it pulls back from here, we can still look for wick entry sells. I'm assuming it's gonna be more so of like 18 or something though, 18 or 21 in that area, but it's gonna have to push up like at least like 109 pips, right? Now there's really a drive. Yeah, this is driving. It looks, this is literally like higher time frame drive today, chat, and small time frame drive too. So like in the playbook, that's what like we're looking at here. if the 1K, just the way your whole trading out to a million, however much time you should consider to go. Yeah, I don't know. It's just the like for me, the balance never mattered. Like even when we're showing like $1 million balance, it was just the principles. But and just like even our record too, like putting our record up, it was never really like about the record. Like it wasn't like to flex a high win rate or like a high whatever. Like it was just like the principles of like, yo, just gotta be consistent. So people take it the wrong way, and that's why a lot of like different people who stream, they put fake records up, or like they're not calculating like certain losing days. But I don't know, it's just the principles and people twist it up. What do you think? What'd you say, Pencil? Your TP? What'd you say last night? Your TP was good last night, like 98 or 89 or something. You said that was a good TP. You can put 7-9 too if you want. I had issues a long time over trading, over risking it all. Right now I'm focused on taking 100 good trades on 1K account before I allow myself to scale gradually. What do you do? I think just remove the pressure that you need to take 1,000 trades to scale on a 1K account before you scale, and just trade the 1K account as if that 1K account is $1 million. Like trade your peak prime strategy. Do everything that you would do now as if you were a really gazillionaire, because then when you're a gazillionaire, you don't gotta make any different adjustments. You're already working on those flaws in the moment. So if you approach it with like, oh, this is a challenge or this is this, your approach is gonna be different when you quote unquote trade it seriously, right? So just treat that account as if it's any other account. Like forget the challenges, forget challenging yourself. That's just more pressure. It's like you don't trade with pressure, man. You trade with like by naturally, right? Like the trades should naturally come to you. I mean, full TP is 86, but the weekly. Your full TP is 3886.29, but the weekly lecandle fill is 3928. So I think I'm gonna close there. Try algro. But you're eating this trade up. Oh, chat, look, 4 opening here. Oh, this is up to you, Pencil. If it's already been a swing trade, it's been like 100 hours plus, bro. You can trail it as a swing trade. You don't gotta be as aggressive with it too. All right, chat. You can't tap 7-9 here. So let's see. Can you get a pullback now, right? If you do get a pullback, could we get wick entry sells? I'm assuming if the 4 open up to no bottom wick, barely the top wick. If you do flip, you can probably push up, and that first initial push up is the wick entry sell. Right, but it could reject anywhere. So I don't have again, hands were up for this move down 170 pips. We're gonna let it ride down 170 pips, and now that we tapped it, we don't know where it's gonna reject that. It could be here, it could be here, it could be anywhere, right, in these areas, but definitely no continuous sells for me. I will wait for the rejection and then take the wick entry sell. That's what I would prefer in these situations. I used to this on is like I think this is, where's my terminal? There it is. This is one long song. This is 8 minutes. What do you think is the floor? The floor, I don't know. I try not to think about where the floor is, because like I have ranges that can go to next. But I don't think about the floor, the max height. It's why like I don't believe in like buying high and selling low, or buying low and selling high in trading. It's just like follow the trend and look at it from a range to range perspective, right? Because you never know, or you could know, but I'm not a swing trader, right? So it's a little unnecessary for me to know to look into those things. Like I would know like, okay, there's a strong zone here, so at these areas just be a bit cautious. Like there could be a reaction here. And then if you find a way to break below and pull back and hold that zone, then your next zone is down here, right? So just like zone to zone trading. But that's because I'm not a swing trader. If I was a swing trader, yeah, I'll do the same thing on a higher time frame. Like if we were a swing trader chat, and we were to get positions in, we were in sells, like these are the areas I'll start taking profit at, because then you're gonna like kind of take a little break here before price decides where it wants to go next, right? And if you want to enter another swing trade, you're probably gonna have to wait for price to break below, pull back and hold that zone, and then as it continues to re-break, okay, cool. Now you have range until 3,200, right? And if you reject here off of these areas, then we'll make our way back up to the top of the range for a little bit, and then from here it's like still you don't got direction yet, but now you gotta wait for the next part is liquidity. Once you get a higher low for fakeout to continue up, or once you get a lower high for a fakeout to continue down, or once you get maybe a break, hold continuation, or a break, hold continuation, you'll find out, right? So if it does turn around, you'll start seeing like structure, and then you can start swing trading buys from here to here. But it's still far, right? Because you gotta sit in this range for a bit and all of that. Higher time from here we're talking about, right? But look, hold on, it's actually rejecting. So what do we have? Do we have an 03? I think we had an 03, right, chat? 03. What's next? Stops are going to be top of the highs, right? 20, 42, 25. So yeah, 0.05 lot if we do get in. It's just preset. Yep. Preset. Let's see. We could get an 03. I do want to see a push up with no pullbacks though, and I think this is a pullback here. So if this does re-break the highs, we no longer will use a 03. Again, quick decision making, right? Like these rules are very strict. So next zones are going to be 40, 18. So it won't be an 03 anymore because this is pulling back. If it was one constant push, sure. But if it's like this and that, it's like you're going to likely get a high chance of push once you break those highs again. Then you just move it up towards like 18 zones. And then same thing, if it comes up towards 18 or near and then it pulls back again, it's like, okay, let's move it back up towards our 4-3 zones. But I think those are the ranges we're playing in today for the wick entry sales right now. Were we supposed to hit 6K on gold this year? I don't know about supposed to, but maybe. Could still happen, but it could range for some time too, right? Before coming back up again. Chat, you have a weekly leg candle fill next here. So this is the body reaction for the weekly. I think this is also the first time you're reacting off the body candle at 39.79. So if it does react off of that area here, then this could be a start of a range for the next coming days. Wick entry buys, I don't have. Wick entry buys, I do not have. This is way too like bearish for wick entry buys. That was close though. How far was that from 03? Like 89, 85 pips? That was pretty close, pretty close. How far do you think we can go down, and do you think it can come to 5,000? I don't know. I don't know about 5,000, but if we start ranging, that's the next step. Drive range liquidity, right? So we haven't started ranging yet, so we don't gotta worry about like where that is gonna be yet. You know what I mean? Like, look. We are approaching a heavy zone here, right? So this is an area where price will make a decision at. So likely this is the area we can slow down at. 5,000 is up here, right? So that's 5,000 right there. So if you were to go up towards 5,000, how could that be possible, right? So maybe after a range, after some liquidity, after some structure, I wouldn't be able to tell until maybe it starts breaking above like 4,600, and then 5,000. And then based on how it breaks above 4600, either if you have like bottom wicks or liquidity or structure, right? That's gonna tell us whether or not we're gonna actually be bullish trend again, or if this is still a lower high to continue down. Because as long as you don't, on the higher time from here, as long as you don't break these highs, anything up here could still be a continuation down. So that could still happen too. So that's why like the way it comes up really matters on the higher time frame. The way it comes up matters more than the actual like price tapping zones. Is this a normal dump? I'll say so. Like you've been pushing bullish for like years now, right? So like these dumps are gonna be more aggressive, but some people are probably gonna say like these dumps are to trap the like the buyers out, like it's a liquidity to continue going up, because all the dumps have been a lot sharper than the actual continuation up, and that's a common thing for gold. All right, look at this dump here. This week here, this candle here was like 9,000 pips. This other candle right here was 5,000 pips. Yeah, 50,000 points, 5,000 pips. So it's like the moves down are like, obviously looking at this, like a lot sharper than the moves up, but it is still bullish, like very bullish. Like on a higher time frame, like there's not much of an indent, to be honest with you. Like look at it, you know, like think about it. Like look, you drove for so long. Like chat, what's next? Like forget economic news and like anything that's going on. Like look at just price action, like drive range liquidity. You're gonna have to range at some point before like continue up. It won't just go up forever. Forever. It won't just go up forever. It's gotta stop, you know, make decisions and higher lows and all of that before it continues. News tomorrow? What's tomorrow? Red folders? Core PCE? I don't know. Today might be more volatile than tomorrow. Maybe. Because I don't know how heavy or consistent core PC price index is. This move was bigger than FOMC's move, chat. Right? Like already today is like FOMC was like maybe 1,500 per candle. Today so far is 1,000, so it could be bigger. How much was this rejection here? 140 pip rejection. Damn. Still moving here, right? So next ranges are 49.53. So then that could be a zone you reject off of, right? Again, I don't know where it's going to reject off of, but if it does, first initial reaction, just get ready to mark up those zones for like the top wick areas, right? But if the next zone is, let's see, I think it shows 5.3, and this is like my weekly zone too, I believe. Yeah, that was my weekly zone too. So if you tap into that area, next zones could also be here too at like 38.96. Wick entry sells could be, if you tap 5.3 and get a pullback, you can look for a 39.88 wick entry sell. I'm going off of like these areas here. So if you reject off of these areas, pull back, first initial reaction, for 39.88 could be the wick entry sell, and then your trail stops or in profit could be TP, could be like 39.67, or maybe you can probably attempt to bond the range 39.55. I will say though, there's a good trail stop zone. This is at least 90 pips. Next trail stop zones could be here. right there. So like 200 pips, I believe, right? Like 120, 200. So they're pretty aggressive trail stop zones, but that's good, right? High chance of runners today. And then TP will attempt like 340. But again, you got to come down a little more first here, okay? And then you got to come up, and the way it comes up really matters. Either if you have structure or no structure. Key ingredient to this move, to this position. My eval is at 1500. It's week 2, hoping to get funded. What does 1500 mean? Like are you close to the goal? Midnight range. That's a new term. I haven't heard that. Yeah, it's in that zone. Anywhere here could literally be the reaction. I have a 5-3, so it's near there. Yeah, these days are good, man. Trust me. Like, they're good. Just don't get too ahead of yourself on these type of days, okay? It's like, just continue taking your normal trades. It's nothing different between this day and the day where you range. It's just the same price action that's gonna print again in a couple of weeks or a couple of months, right? Every now and then you'll get these massive days. But if it makes you guys feel better, on these massive days, I don't get much. If you look at the charts, if you look at all the times where you actually do drive, like, I'm usually missing out. And I catch the very bottom of it. Like, I don't really get much on those days. Because it's just moving quick, right? So, like, you see how we're marking up today? Like, we're waiting for certain things to happen. Like, these like days like this, it just drives. But look at how often these days happen compared to days where you do range. So it's like, is it really that important for you to grab these type of days? It's like, it happens like every once in a while. And it's nice. It happens. It runs your account up a lot. It gives you high ranges, high percentages, but look how often they form compared to like days where you're just normal. It's like you have more normal days than you have these crazy days, right? So you don't need to like get them all the time. It's more of a FOMO thing if you feel like you need to. If it makes you feel better. Because some people just woke up right now, xauusd is like, fuck. This thing moved today already like 1,500 pips. You bought at 46.7? You might still be good up there. If there's a rejection at 5.3, you could still come up there. 18 is like your next zone after 88, so I wouldn't say you're completely cooked. 46.7 is not too far. But remember, man, sell the bottoms, buy the tops. Follow the trend. The market moves on and on and on, yeah. On and on and on and on. 400-hour trade. Crazy. Chat, low key, man, this new playbook. I think it's gonna be good, man. This is like a very rough copy, but that's how it's gonna look. I'm just putting it on my desk to see how it feels to always like have it. Cause I don't have my original mouse pad here, but new playbook should help a lot. Oh, you entered a short at 46.7 and you canceled it. Man, that's worse than actually like being in drawdown, to be honest. That's worse than if you were to take a buy at 40.67. You know why that's worse? Because now you're all hesitant. Y'all hesitant because there's too much emotions, right? So that's worse than being in the drawdown, honestly. Don't hesitate. Like, just be confident in taking your plays in your playbook. If it's a play in your playbook. If it's not a play in your playbook, you don't need to be confident about it because it's not a play in your playbook. So let it drive. Some days you gotta let prices drive and just watch. Hesitation is like the worst. But that's just because maybe you haven't developed a playbook yet. And that comes with time. Here you go, Lotus. Common, show, colors. Just make sure colors go on grid and make it different from your background. And it's gonna show like this green arrow here, and that's when you can kind of move it to the left. And then when it moves freely, I think I just scale fix. I think that's what that is. Chart shift on. Chart auto scroll on. I turn that on and off. Like if I need to go back, I just click this and I go back. If you click that, it takes you back to the current, which is kind of cool. All right, so chat again, same situation as earlier. You didn't tap 18 earlier and you came up towards 43, or was it 88? You didn't tap 88 and you came up towards 18, so we couldn't get an 18. Same thing here. You didn't tap 5.3, but we can use the higher zone, and that's the thing. The higher zone is like a little more of a reach. If it like for us to actually tap 18, but if it does happen, it's still a valid trade. But that's 400 pips. It's a lot further, right? So that's our next zone. But if we tap 5.3 and then you pull back, 88 would have been a wick entry sell zone. So it's a lot lower, right? Because you're coming down a lot lower. But if it's here, I'm gonna have to use this because I don't have anything else. Let's see. Is there anything else? Could it be here? Let me delete this. What is 04? Is there anything at 04? 04. 4,004. I don't think so. I think I'll leave it at here. Maybe a little lower. But yeah, around there, 44.14. Let's see, maybe it can still come down towards 5.3. Later took a short at 86, so I'm in the same boat, brother. I got out because I'm poop. I'm 86. Well, think about it. If it makes you feel better, would you have really held until right now, though? Or would you have got out earlier, right? Because look, if you have a TP in place, be realistic. Like, you know, if you weren't in the trade, what would you have got? So the FOMO might not be as bad as it seems. It might not be as bad as it seems. Because like if you got on at 87, let's say your TP was like 60, okay, cool, you would have got out. 200 pips, you can get that any other day, right? But like, yeah, looking at it now, it's like, oh shit, look how much you drove. Like that's gonna give you more FOMO. Every 12 hours. FOMO disease. Lecandle 5 here. There it is. Fear of missing out. It's just an illusion though, really. There's nothing you're missing out on. It's just like you versus like everyone else's comments online that took positions, and you gotta just battle that in your head. Like, I mean, that's why like you don't really miss anything if you if you weren't planning anything, right? If you woke up today and this is you woke up, you got on the charts right now, would you have missed this move? Nah. Like what? You're gonna trade in your sleep? If you plan for it and you're like, yo, if like let's say you're a swing trader or something and you're looking for positions like, and like you're saying like if it taps this level, I'm entering, and it actually tapped that zone and you didn't enter and it drove, okay, you missed the move. You hesitated. That's on yourself. But if it didn't tap that zone and it just drove, like did you miss the move? Not really, right? Because you just kind of move on to the next day. And you do the same thing the next day. Look for the same setup at a different price point. What's up, Smart from the City? Chat, if you guys are enjoying the stream, man, hit the like button, sub to the channel, help a lot. We're almost at 26,000 or 126,000. I think we're like 300 away. 300 subs away. Still no trades today, guys. Still waiting, okay? But everything should make sense. If I missed the breakdown or something, let me know if you're confused with what I'm looking for. But I think I've said everything that I'm looking for today, or what needs to happen for me to get an entry. And that's all we're waiting for. Nothing else is none of my business. Can we ever find you in a casino? Maybe back in the day. Like I was gambling at a young age though. Like I was gambling like in like, bro, I was like online gambling when I was like already like 18. So I stopped early too. I've made a lot of money casino early and I've lost a lot of money early and I stopped early. So yeah, you probably won't find me in casino anymore. That's why when I got to trading, I was kind of like, I'm kind of already used to the feeling of losing money, because the casino kind of taught me that. Bro, I used to go to casino like back in the day, and it would be like I didn't even have my driver's license, so for me to go, I had to go bring my passport. I had to bring a whole passport, bro. Imagine being that desperate to go casino at a young age that you just bring your passport like here. And then they scan your passport and they just let you in, right? Because I didn't have ID. I didn't have like no driver's license. Gotta bring a big ass passport, put it in your pocket, big ass brick in your pocket. And it's like, I was like 18. I used to play blackjack though. But it wasn't actually blackjack. I was actually negative RR playing blackjack too. It's like the same like shit that happened there happened here in trading. I wasn't playing blackjack. I was putting $25 on the blackjack hand, and I was putting minimum bet, right? $25 and max bonus bet. So I'll play bonus bets, like constant bonus bet. I'll play like what do you call that? Perfect pairs, or like 1+3 or some shit like that. I forgot what it's called, but the bonus bets I'll play, and that's what I'll eat off of. I wouldn't really eat off of the actual blackjack. And there was like a night where we ran, bro. I hit perfect pair like 15 times on max bet. I think we came up that night with like 30K or some, 16K or I think 20K, something like that. Crazy, but yeah, no, I don't gamble no more. Gambling is like, I don't know. I banned myself early, so I just don't go anymore. I can see the flashback. Yep. Bro, that was crazy though. Like we used to go play side bets, like just side bet, and then like everyone just gather around the table and be like, yo, can I have some money? Can I have some money? I'm like, yeah, here. Did the same shit in this community too. Honestly, it was good vibes though. But yeah, no. No more. Could you see the start of the pullback on the 15? It's slowing down, so maybe, yeah. That's the thing, it's slowing down before tapping the range. So I think what could happen, one of the scenarios that could happen here is you can spike down and then come back up. And if you do, then could we get a wick entry sell like between 88 and 04? Could that be then a zone? I gotta find a zone. If you were to flip on the 4, that's a re-break, right? Maybe 14 could be a little higher. What's up, Spaceman? I don't know. I just expedited it because I knew like if I continued to gamble my life, like gambling kind of ruins lives too. So I just wanted to not fall under that trap. Like I only gamble now if I like go to like a different country. If I travel. I think all of us had a gambling era. Yeah, for sure. For sure, man. Bro, I used to roll dice in school. Like, I used to play CeeLo in school. You know, like, we'll be playing grade 12. Like, we'll be, like, rolling dice, like, during, like, lunch and... Like, big bets, too. Like, in high school, like $200 hand, $300 hands, like... Shit was crazy. Don't gamble, chat. Trading is a much better, like, I wouldn't even say replacement because it's really like different in terms of you're in control more. Unless you're playing poker. I never learned to play poker though, so I don't know how to play poker. But they say poker and trading is like similar when it comes to risk management. Sheesh. Starting to glitch a little bit. Could this be? So chat, no, it's not gonna be 88, right? If it's at 5.3, I would have used 88, but no 88 here. So I'm just gonna remove this line for now. It is gonna be 16 though, 14 to 16 in this zone up here. That's what I'll look for next, okay? What's up, Wicked? What's good? Find this FOMO. I think if we get a steep pullback and then come down and rebreak the lows, maybe I'm gonna go BE. Wait, what was you're not BE yet, Pencil? Oh wait, no, you're not BE yet. 4 hour no top wick, huh? 4 hour no top wick. I don't know if it's your worry. But if it's low risk free, you're swinging it. I'm assuming. So, but yeah, 4 hours no top wick, so or no bottom wick. So if that flips, you could get a steeper pullback. This is an invisible candle here, chat. So if you can break that, could we use an 05? There is a chance we can use an 05, right? 04. Let's see what else is there. What else is that? Yeah, Ronaldo got 2 goals yesterday, chat. Yo, that was crazy. 2 goals and they weren't penalty kicks. He almost got a hat trick too. And we might actually see Portugal and Argentina in like a in one of the rounds. That's the first time in FIFA history, right? We get those two teams in like one of the rounds or in the World Cup. 99 could be a minor zone. Do we already reject off of 99 though? 99, I think so. Around here, 05, yeah. Maybe a little higher. Let's see. '04. We can use the 04 chat. Let's see. Can it tap 04? What do I have? 04, 543. Yeah, we could get that. And remember, chat, stops are going to be if we get in here. We use this. 4206. So then I think stops they're going to be 2000. So that 0.05. Like, I can't really like go higher than that. Right, 03 here. Get ready. We could get it here. If it's one constant push up, this is nice one constant push up. And then BE zones are going to be like right there. Maybe a little higher. More room though. I think that's like at least 20, 30 pips. And then trail stops are going to be the lows. The breakout lows and then continue trailing. And then TP could probably be around here. Right there off of that zone. So we can try to attempt like maybe 150. Not the runner that we would have had earlier, but still potential runner. But hopefully no pullbacks now, right? You want one constant push. One constant push up. Training view challenge, what's that? So you rejected off of 05, right? So I definitely couldn't use the 05. That's like kind of where you reject off earlier. But could we still use the 04 is the real question. I don't think so. This is a pretty steep pullback, right? This is at least 90. So yeah, we can't use the 04. We'll move that up again. We'll move that up again. So it looks like next zone is going to be the 18 then. Right? That zone we had earlier. I'm just make sure and check again. 18. Yeah, 18. 15. 15.97. So yeah, chat. No more 04, okay? It's gonna be a little higher now because this is no longer a first initial reaction. Right? But still, like again, this is the first pullback, so it's still part of the higher time frame move. So we can move it up. And that's why we're moving it up. It's towards 15 now. And then same thing. If it comes up towards 15 and it's near and it starts pulling back, create structure, we'll move it up again. I think next zone is going to be like 27 or something. And then you got 43 and we just keep moving it up. All right, because this is still like, I think considered the first pullback overall. Like this is the biggest pullback you've had right here compared to all these other pullbacks on the way down. So wick entry cells are like clean. 4 hours no top wick 2, so you just flipped right there again, right? Continuation cells. I don't have any here because it gets to a point where we're reaching like a major zone. So usually when we approach major zones, like I try to just take wick entry cells rather than just continuation on the breakout lows. What's up, Grant? Smash Grant. So yeah, 15 is next. Okay, chat. 4015.28. So it's another 200 pips, I think. It's not too bad. Could be a minute candle. Depends on how fast this pushes, right? This came up pretty fast, so could be quick. but it makes our stop smaller by a bit. $42.23.69 if we get a 40.15. Here we go, breaking the highs. It could be an earlier entry too, chat. This like rips up. It could be between like 09 to 15 as well. So just be ready here, okay? Just have your lots ready. I'm using a 0.05 on this because stops are 2,000 pips. And then BE zones off bat could be like here. Trail stops and all of that. Let's see. Is this the one? 90 more pips. The faster to push up, the better. Get ready, chat. And one more push. You might get between like 04 and 10 here. Maybe 08, 05. Let's see. And one more push. And chat, wick entry sells. Again, TP will attempt like here. Nothing too crazy. But I think I'll attempt as TP. And then BEs will be like probably here. So I think this will be maybe 25 pips, BEs. And then as you re-break that low, we'll trail stops. And then continue trailing. So these all these other lines here are just going to be trail stop zones, okay? That's what I'll have there. Let's see. Yeah, I think this could be BE. And this could be trail stops. Something like that. Alright. 1 hour could be a leg candle too. That'll be nice. In 20 minutes, if that closes, I think we'll be out by the 10 a.m. But if we are still in, that could be a 1 hour leg candle. Alright, chat. Hold on. Let me delete that. I almost went BE. Almost went BE. Almost. Not yet. I think the re-break of that low will go BE, okay? The re-break of that low. So I think we peaked 20. The re-break will trail stops and BE. So we'll move our trade into profits. Can we get a push? If it's in a re-break, you could get a runner too, or a pretty clean push. Could be like 40 pips in profit. And if it's a quick push, it might even close full, honestly. So just get ready. Could be a 45 pip push. If you pull it back up, I'm assuming if it does continue up, then you're looking at 15 next, like between 07 and 15 next. Don't BE too quick. Yeah, no, for me, it's not about like how quick it is. It's just like tapping the zone, right? Like this is our BE zone. So it just tapped it. But in that case, I happened way too quick. So I couldn't react quick enough. But then as it re-breaks the lows here, chat, we're going to start trailing off bat. Because if this re-breaks the lows here, it's going to be going from like, I think 20 to like 30 in profit. And then you kind of just like move your stops to the previous high. Like 17 in profit secured and then let the rest run. Where's BE? The re-break of the low. So, or 01 to like 4,000 flat in that zone. Long or short? This is a short. This is a short. Wick entry sell shorts. I was almost a BE though. I for like BE, like the quick way I do it, chat, is I just kind of move my line up and I just drag it down to the BE zones. That's probably why you see me doing that. Still in here, chat. Didn't go BE. But you tap 15 now, so you tap the top of that range now. So maybe this could be the area. This is like, I think, the original zone earlier. Hard stops. It's 2,000 pips. It's up at 42.23. Above this high right here. 42.23.71. And TP's down here. You could try to like extend TP. I think if you extend it, next zone's gonna be 78. I think this might be a little tough though. At 88 to 78. Like it could be a struggle area, is what I mean. So we're in, chat. Now it's just gold. Gold takes the wheel, right? Price takes the wheel on where it wants to go next. Either like a trail stops, a BE, everything's kind of like preset. So you don't gotta hesitate now. You have everything set in place. I think the only thing I didn't cover maybe is management stops. If we have to manage and this goes against us, I'm assuming maybe above like 41.31. Above here, we can start to manage. Maybe 83, but it really depends on how like much structure you have going up, if there is. But right now, still looking good. So we don't gotta worry about that yet. Still very far. Five-minute close in the minute here. This might be a 5 bullish closure. Pencil, don't tell me you're gonna get out of the trade and I'm gonna be in this for 300 hours. $15 close too, I think, right? And then you have a 1 hour closure in about 15 as well. So let's see. Still no pullback on the first initial move down. I think that's when you can worry. If this comes up and pulls back, and let's say it pulls back and it's not towards your in profit or BE, and it comes back up, that's when you can start managing, right? But until like that, like you're still missing like that initial pullback. And if this is even a pullback or continuation, right? Because this is still bearish. And this is the first pullback up to go down. So that's the thing. You don't even have that yet. So I wouldn't worry until that actually occurs, chat. And that's why I'm assuming that's going to be more so above like 40.83, 41.31 in those zones. No pineapples though yet. It's way too early for pineapples. Chat, why is chat so quiet? Y'all in drawdown? Damn, we quiet drawdown. If you're nervous, type a 1 in the chat. We in sales? Not a pullback though. Let's see. Can this be the one? Spreads are a little better on the way up right now though, so that needs to change. Yeah, 4 fans on you in this trade. What time did we enter at? How long has it been? 8 minutes. 8 minutes, chat. It's only been 8 minutes, okay? We did 30 hours before. Took a safe sell at 420 and made 80. W80, man. 4020, where was that? Oh, up here? You got the wick entry, man. Good shit. Very good shit. I think this 15 might be a little trouble, like in terms of like a top wick. But if we can survive for the 1, that'd be nice. Still a small chance we can be out before 10. But you have a 1 hour leg candle, maybe actually. It might just be a weak bullish candle because this body is much bigger than the wick. But you can treat it like one. And now our TP is the body reaction anyways, right? But this 15 is a bullish closure, so you could literally still get like a top wick and before flipping bearish. That low needs to break now though, right? You made a low, so a higher low. If you make a higher high, if you can come back down and re-break the lows, I think that would be the drive for us. But it's just this, like, I don't know from here if it's gonna tap 27 or come up towards 43. But stops that we have are like prepped to cover these things, right? So you shouldn't be worried if you enter proper risk with the stop. If you over leveraged it, of course you're gonna be more worried because it's not about the trade anymore, it's about your leverage now. How you measure pips? You can't just do this. Well, gold's pretty easy. Every dollar in gold is 10 pips, so you can measure like that, or you can go like just take the tool out. Like this is 110 pips drawdown right now from entry. So right here, this is like 1,200 points, right? So that's 120 pips. So from 4,003 entry until 4017. That's around $14. So 140 pips. Did anyone get a BE earlier when it came down to like BE zones? Five leg candle. $27 next here, and then after that's 80, or not 80, 43. So I think 27 off of like these areas. That's kind of what I had there. There's a couple levels we're looking at from like 04 to 15, and then 27. But I don't think we would have entered at 27. I think if we didn't enter where we entered, it would have been maybe like a 15. I think 27, 44 was more so like steeper. Pineapples? No. This is far from pineapples because like how I view pineapples is like if your first entry is valid still, like if this can still come down towards like in profit or TP, it's like there's no need to add a pineapple, right? It's like there's no need to add risk to like something that's likely still gonna play out. It's when like this entry can't play out no more. So how would you know? So like, look, if we have an entry here, let's say we have an entry right here, 03, right? Around there, 03, 04. And let's say you start to, like, looking at the structure, you got all of these zones to the left here, right? Like that, you got this. This is the next like minor resistance here. This is the previous range. This is the current range, right? You still got a range coming down. If you start like closing above areas like this, right? And then now it's like, okay, there's a higher chance if you get a bottom wick, it will only reach 4040, but lower chance to reach 4,003. Okay, cool. Pineapple positions, right? Like a wick entry sell at like 4,100 or something, right? because then like if you were to get a pullback, you'll get a pullback into the next like support zone, which is here. So then that's for pineapple. You want to get in like somewhere here and then get out here, net profit in both, or net BEs. I'm not sure exactly what that is, but if like this first position is like, this can still rip down. You don't want to add a pineapple. You do not want to add a pineapple. Where's that pullback gonna be? 43 is next. 27 could be 1 too. Like these are minor zones. I don't know where the pullback is gonna be, but our stops are covered. Chat, that's the thing. Like when we're choosing our stops, it's like strategize to cover for these concepts of like you can still get a top wick, like small time from pullbacks. You can get small time from liquidity, right? Like you can still like range here, and you can get something like this where it comes up and still shifts back to the range. Like those things are covered for when we're actually in. But yeah, stops are up here. Stops are up here. 4,223. So like you shouldn't be worried about the drawdown. Like you should be worried about the drawdown, right? Because you don't want to be in drawdown. Like I don't want to be in drawdown, but like it shouldn't be like, oh my god, like what the fuck's happening? Like gold is golding, man. It's gonna do what it's gonna do, right? And you can't really ignore zones too. Like if you have clean, like look, if you're breaking above 27, where do you think it's gonna go next? 43. You can't just accept it, right? So like this overall though, like your overall idea is valid. Like higher time frame, like where you initially entered, right? You're still kind of expecting price to make its way down towards where's next zones? Like where's our TP? Where's our TP? 88. So we have a TP at 88 around here. Like around here, right? So this can still occur. You can get a fake out back into the range. Like this is a range right here, from here to here. So if you start shifting back below these ranges, you can start still getting a fake out, right? It's only if like you start creating like structure, then okay, you should be a little worried. But again, we have those areas covered already, and it's gonna be management above like 4100s or yeah, 4131, 48.3. So until then, like any given point, it can still flip. This is still bearish, and this is like the first pullback that you've had since this massive move. So until structure prints, like because price doesn't just like reverse within one motion, right? Even like on a weekly time frame, when we're looking at it from like the higher time frame, like it doesn't just like reverse on one candle. It's gonna create like ranges, and then it's gonna show like liquidity before it actually like reverses. So same thing with this right now. Like could prices reverse like this? There's a chance, but it's like a much lower chance. It's like you can likely get this first though, pullback, range, and then like start creating structure like this. That will give you like, okay, cool. You're starting to create a little bit of structure. We might start looking for ways to manage. But for it to just like go up like this, like it's not one candle chat. 1 hour fake out, like back into the range. Let's see. Like into this range, it could be. If it does break into this area, like closes above 4040, you could push into like 4100. But this is still like a bullish closure below the range, right? If it closes below in 3 minutes, so the next candle could just come down like this. Continuation. And this is a leg candle too. You can treat it like one. Let's see actually. Yeah, you still got a little bit of range here. Like I wouldn't say this rejected in the middle of nowhere completely, but looking at the higher time frame, like you still had a range coming down. Like the leg candle fill is more so down here at like 49.20. So I wouldn't just assume yet. But yeah, I think 40 is a pretty key thing though. If it closes below here, like that should help the trade in our favor versus like closing above. No pineapples, though, chat. I wouldn't add a pineapple. This entry is still valid. Daily candle flip. If the daily candle flips, it could be a daily closure. Maybe a what day is it? Wednesday. We still got Thursday and Friday. Luckily, if it is a Asian session trade, but daily could flip. Yeah, it's a possibility. But then, if it does flip, then depending on how it flips, right? It depends on the structure and the small time frame. That will tell us. Can we extend TP now though? Because this is a steep pullback, right? I don't think so. We could. You could, if you want to chat, if you're like, fuck, this drawdown is not worth it for me to just grab like a 20 pip runner. Let me attempt like 49.51. You could, like that is your next zone, but you still want to have your BE zones and everything else set in place. Like, so you can be less lenient or less aggressive when it comes to BE and trail stops. But if this is steep of a pullback here and it starts shifting back down and you start coming back into entries, like I would assume you should get a steeper spike than the one you had earlier. You have this entire range here. Stop loss 2,000 pips. Yep. All our trades have been 2,000, like roughly around there. It shouldn't be a surprise now. It's not the first day we're using a stop this big, right? But hard stops, there's still a way we can manage above like 41. It might not even be that steep. And I like to manage too, right? But we're far still from that. I think we're like 1,000 pips away from managing, at least. At least. Stress? What's there to be stressed about, bro? You know the outcome. The outcome is stop loss, management, TP, trail stops. So if you know the outcome and you're using proper risk, there's nothing to be stressed about. If you're stressed, it's an over leveraging issue, or just you use the wrong lot size or something. There's no need to be stressed about a trade when you know the outcome every time. This isn't your first trade. You're taking selves like 1,000 times now, probably 1,000 trades at least, right? Or most people here probably taking 1,000 trades at least. You know the outcome. The 300 pip drawdown rule is broken. Or true, yeah. This is how much has it been? This is 380. So yeah, that would have been a hard stop hit if we did use 300 pips. We also gotta see too, like if we look at that stat, what's our average like drawdown? We gotta look at those certain trades, like what are those certain trades, like wick entries, or are they breakouts? You know, that would also tell too, because we might have a different fixed stop for like a wick entry sell versus different fixed stop for like a break or a breakout, depending. I was thinking about that too. How much we gotta go here? We gotta push down 280. What's your entry done? 4,003. 4,003.03. I think a couple years ago we will be stacking pineapples here for sure though. Top of the range. Let's say this push down is pretty weak, chat. There's still a high chance this can still re-break. Alright, this really, like I think for this to look a lot better, this needs to break below these ranges, pull back and hold. And then as you re-break, the blue zone's next. So if you can re-break back into the blue zone, I think that's when you start. Okay, cool. We might be good here, right? But I think here might be a little tricky still. So just, you know, don't get excited too yet. I know it's coming down, but this is the first time it's coming down since it's come up. For the first time it's coming up on a 5 minute to come down. But you gotta clear this. Otherwise, this can go whoop, right? Yeah, a little bit of structure though, that's good, but it's the very start. We need to see volume coming down. Spreads did get a little tired on the way down though, so that's good. 1 hour is no top wick, so that helps too, right? $93. 93, what is that? We might actually move our TP up. 94 pips. All right, first time breaking. All right, don't get too excited yet, chat. You gotta, like, this is a 5 lead too. You gotta break below and hold, or pull back and hold now. That's next, and that's the most annoying part. But if that can hold, that will show signs. Right, but wait for that pullback to occur. So the faster the pullback, the better it is, right? You don't want to see us like come down and then pull back. Like you want to see a pullback before it comes down. That would be a lot easier to read. You do have a 5 leg here though, so that helps. But don't get excited too yet. Too soon. Stop loss where? 42.25.45. Management more so above 41.30 or something. Let's see, is this the pullback? I'm assuming pullbacks could be up to like 40.29 here. If it doesn't pull, would you buy in? No, I'm not hedging, no. If it doesn't pull back, you're probably gonna come up towards 83. I wouldn't hedge though. I'll watch it drop towards 83. And then same thing, like this can still be higher time from push. As long as it doesn't break above 4100, making structure, 83 should be okay. Not the best position we'll be in, but that'll still be valid. And then if it starts breaking above 100 or 131, while like creating like structure, then yeah, like that's when you want to manage, right? Because then you above here you have clean traffic up. So we have hard stops, but if we look for ways to manage, that'd be sweet. No pullbacks yet. Let's see. It doesn't always have to pull back, chat, but it is like, no matter if you're in a trade or not in a trade, like that's just proper price action, right? But what you shouldn't be doing is like, yo, you're in drawdown. This thing needs to come down, because price is not obligated to come down here. It can go up too, right? Let's see, pullback. So it could be a 29, just a minor resistance there. Right, this is the pullback though. So that's good. Now we gotta survive this, and then if we can survive this, it re-breaks the lows. The only zone next is the blue zone, and once you clear the blue zone, GG's. We're back in profit. I think this might be a little difficult though. Turn our stream? No, sir. No 24-hour stream. Although the daily, if it flips, it could be a daily leg candle, but preferably no, man. Preferably, we get out in this NY session. Top 29. So let's see, is it going to re-break the lows now? Or are we going to fill this range back up towards 38? Yo, new Ken album? Oh yeah, Experiment. I'm excited. Experiment. Did you like the last one? Did you like more chaos? You said Friday, bro. You talking as if we're gonna be in a 42-hour stream, Kenny. The Blue Market have app? I don't know if they have an app. They have a terminal. FMT5. I don't know about an app though. Chat, this isn't flipping heavy, right? Like this might be retesting the highs there, so you could see a 4083. There is potential. There is potential. I think it's the 1 hour flip, right? I think about it. If we weren't in a sell, like what would we want the 1 hour candle to do before taking a sell? We'll want this to break the highs again, right? We want this to flip bullish, break the highs. And then after that, you want to see it re-break. So then it'll look like that. That's when I think you'll be a lot cleaner. Who knows? Maybe it might just come down from here. But like in terms of like, if we were to be in the sell and we were to look for another sell position, we'll wait for this 1 hour flip first. Or I'll wait for that 1 hour to flip first, make a high, and then as it comes back down, that's when it will start like hunting, right? Because then as it comes back down and creates structure below here, that's when you start hunting for sells. But let's see. Hopefully I'm wrong. Why can't we withdraw using crypto? I don't know if they have crypto withdrawals. They have like wire, and they have, I think, Skrill. Usually like whatever you deposit in is what you have to withdraw in, so for brokers. You like watches? Growing up, yeah. But growing up, I did. But I haven't gone into them myself. Alright, this is moving down a lot sharper now compared to earlier. Re-breaking our lows after a lower high. So now is the blue zone. That is the next support. So if you come down, you could expect a reaction there. Hopefully not. It'll be nice if it doesn't, but you know, that blue zone is something. And I think you have a 5-leg candle at the blue zone. So that's when you can start looking for the leg candle fills. And then leg candle fills takes you down towards 08, and then 08 is like right there. Below there should be good. I think one more time where you gotta sit through like this type of structure. I'm assuming here. And if you can break that, you could get a runner. But still 80 pips away from the blue zone. My TP is 4,000 for the pips. You could attempt that. I think either way, like if you attempt 4,000 or like if you attempt like a lower TP, just have your BE set and trail stop set and you'll be good. Regardless. BEs most importantly. What's up, Jordy? Do we need a fake out to drop down? Maybe. If this continues to struggle here, and this is the bottom of the range, is the top of the range, 1 hour flips up here, and yeah, a fake out would be that. So maybe. Five week candle. Celery on the 5. Is there any more news today? Luckily we have no red folders, Chaz, so it's just price action today. Second half of More Chaos is so good. More Chaos, I think I'll give it like a 7.5 out of 10. Yeah, second half was good. Off the meter, that's like Cardi and Uzi shooter. Trap jump. Money spread. Louder Chaos. This is too much chaos though. You just dropped a great chaos and you dropped more chaos, right? So it's just like straight up chaos. Can we sell again? You can sell whichever you want to sell. I think if I weren't to be in this position though, I don't think I would take a sell here, no. Because I would try to figure out this is a higher low. So I would need to see that 1 hour flip, not gonna lie, and then as it re-breaks the lows, that's when I'll be looking for sells. But if I were to be in this position, I wouldn't take a sell here. Because this is a different idea now, right? But I do think though, I think I'll move my TP though towards 93 instead of the lows here. Because it's good that we did close like in holding these ranges here. This is the range we're in, but there's a support here, right? So like close to where our original TP is, but like that's where I can see price coming down towards it before it starts to like struggle a little bit. So I wouldn't extend it down to 5.9. I mean, you could, but there's a high chance you can get a reaction off of like 94, 95 coming down here. But we'll be in profit by then anyways, right? What I like about you, Don, is that you don't tell them and yourself what they want to hear. Yeah, you gotta be truthful in trading. Like sometimes in trading, even though like it's going against us, we gotta just accept the fact that yo, there's clean traffic going up. We can't do anything about it, man. You know, like we were going to drawdown. It's like if you have your stops placed wherever covered for that, you gotta accept the minor movements up too, right? It's not like you had a 100 pip stop loss. That would be different. But yeah, you gotta be honest in trading. Like you gotta be honest. Even if you missed a move chat or if you were to get in, be honest about like where you would have got out at. You know, like don't be one of those guys that say, yo, I would have got in here and got out here. Like really, Red, you would have predicted the exact bottom and top. I'm not counting it out, but you gotta be honest, because that's what's gonna make you a better trader. Let's see, chat. Blue zone tapped, right? See the reaction off the blue zone. This is the leg candle body reaction too, so this is actually in our favor, right? You want to see this break the lows and hold now below 15, and if it does that, you're clear until 4,008. And I think 4,008, you do gotta survive. And I hope I'm wrong. I really hope I'm wrong, but I do think you're gonna survive one more pullback. So same thing that happened here will likely happen in this area. maybe a little smaller of a range, but same thing, right? So I think if you do get that leg candle fill, after the leg candle fill, it could get a little tough from 4,008 until 4,004. But if you can survive that, then again, below there, clean traffic, right? For our TP or in profit. So I heard we get 100 likes, we might win this trade. 390 people. Let me play lo-fi though in case my stream gets copyrighted. Now why don't you pineapple? Because the first position is still valid. If like that position is no longer valid, I explained it earlier. Timestamp's probably not up yet, but if the first position is still valid, there's no need to add more pineapple because your position is still valid. Although you're in drawdown, because the point of pineapple shouldn't be like, I'm in drawdown, let's stack. I'm in drawdown, let's take another position, like to cover up. Like you should, pineapple shouldn't be used to maximize profits. This should be used when you're in trouble. When your position no longer is valid and you can come down towards like another point of price, right? Like you can come down to, you can pull back, but when you pull back, there's a heavy support that's above your entry. But it shouldn't be used to like maximize profits. That's what cooked me the first time. That's when we first started taking pineapples. We're just taking pineapples blindly, and it's not really like, it wasn't really my best trading. I still take them, not this year. We just haven't had a chance to take pineapples. So struggling here a little bit. Maybe this is a good thing. If we struggle here, we might not struggle later. But maybe something like this, and then that would be a lot better, to be honest. Because this is barely a struggle. And this push down, I think could be a bit better. It's a little weak there too. I think this push up is still more dominant than that push down. Let's see. Just look at the 5, right? 5 leg candle, and you'll be good. Maybe another 5 would be good. 5 leg. Yeah, 1 hour close or 30-minute close and 10 minutes too. 30-minute, I'm not gonna lie. If we can get up before the 30-minute close, that'll be a lot better. Because then 30-minute candle, if it has no bottom wick, the next candle can come up for a top wick immediately and create a top wick for that candle. So we could get out before 10:30. This could just rip through. Let's see, 5 leg candle approaching right now, chat. You got the body reaction, right? You got the pullback. So now as you re-break, you can maybe come down towards these zones. And then one more pullback that holds that area. And then as you re-break that low, that's when you'll be filled in the blue zone from a leg candle perspective. No more Jerome. It's Kevin. Remember, it's Kevin. We got a new guy. It's Kevin Wash. Good day. There we go. You broke above the range here. So let's see. Is it gonna be a fake out? Or is this going to correct the move as a 1-2 pop up? Because this move coming down was a little slow. It could be a lot better, I'm not gonna lie, but let's see. Blame the new guy. It's always the new guy. Chat, after, like when you're in drawdown chat, it's always gonna be like the first, like, maybe depends on where the move is, right? But it's always like the first like 15 minutes of like jitters, and then after that you're like kind of more numb to it. But the first 15 minutes, that's when you're like, huh? Because you're still in shock, like drawdown. But the more drawdown you go into, the more you kind of get like, I'll say numb, a little more numb to it. You just gotta use your brain. You just gotta think logically, right? And remove the emotions. Easier said than done, but that's kind of what you want to just think about. Like, it's okay to think about this trade going the opposite way of your trade when you're in the drawdown. We're making heavy support. Yeah, see, this push down, but you gotta close in the yellow box. In the yellow box. How much drawdown are we in right now? 200 pips? I think 200. 200 pips. Moment of truth. I don't want to get like a better entry, like a 15, the original area or something. Yeah, shit's really slow. Pretty slow. So yeah, it could be a steeper top wick here. That blue zone, the leg candle is there, but again, you gotta kind of break into it and then hold it, right? But that blue zone is where it rejected off of. So it's just a 5 leg candle, small time frame. This candle isn't too bad though. This 5 that closed bullish. It's not a leg candle, but you can treat it like one. It's decent. 15, not really like your best friend, to be honest. 30 closes in 5. Okay, right now it looks good, but once it closes in 5, if it closes like this weak bearish, you can still get like this, chat. Right? You can still get a steeper top wick, and that might really send your emotions high. But again, management, just have that in mind, right? It's above like 41.31, maybe 83, but it really depends on how much structure you have going up here. But just a couple things to prepare for. All right, if you don't like the trade, by all means you can do whatever with it, you can get out, right? But I'm still in here for a reason until what I said happens, right? Like either if we manage it or if we get into profit and manage it, everything's already set in stone. So it's just up to price to decide where it wants to go, and you can't react. You gotta just apply and adapt. What was the peak drawdown so far? 300 or 4? 380? The last time we had 380... The last time we had that much drawdown was 220 and then 600. So it's either 200 or 600. 600 was in May 21st. So about a month ago. Let's see. Could this be the 5 flip? 5, you got 3 minutes left, so the faster it flips, the better, or else it's gonna be a leg candle coming down. The minute's creating like a bit of structure though. Like this minute here, a little bit of structure. Not, it could be, it's again, it's the start of it. It's very minor, but it is a bit of structure. It's just the blue zone. Five flip, could it be? Oh, we tapped 42. That's not bad. We tapped a similar area around here. It's not bad. And the bottom of the range is going to be 4,004. So our entry. People start tweaking when they get into positions, start having nerves orgasm. Yeah, it's normal. It's normal to feel away for sure, but after some time, like you just continue taking trades, going to more drawdowns, it just slowly, you just kind of get used to it. What I haven't been used to yet though is like the 24-hour streams, you know, like that is just dreadful. I don't know if it's dreadful because we're in a position or it's because I gotta be on a stream for 24 hours. That's not fun though. Mitch's entry, you got 32 entry. Oh, nice. You gotta be at least BE though, man. That's like 160, huh? Or did you get out already? That's a good position. Is this copyright music? Not right. No. No, sir. You're still in? Damn. Let's see, chat. 30-minute close. I'm not gonna lie. It is a bearish closure, but it is not the nicest bearish closure. Not because of how it looks, but where it's like, this is the range, I'm assuming. This blue zone, it's closing above. So it's not really breaking structure. It's just a bearish closure that's bullish. It's a bullish or bearish closure. It's holding the ranges, which means that it could easily just come up. Like the next count could just be bullish coming up for a top wick at like 65 or 83. So just, you know, be ready and mindful. The 15 is good though. 15 close weak bullish holding that resistance, so that can still break the lows as well. And obviously our higher time frame idea is still valid too, right? The 4-hour candle can still flip. That's still valid. I don't like this 15. Yeah, 50 is not bad. 30 is terrible though. 1 hour close is in 30. How long has it been? We've been in this trade for an hour, almost an hour, 50 minutes. Yeah, 1 hour you want to see close like either bullish Like I would prefer if it flips bullish and closes the leg candle, to be honest, rather than looking like this. Still a lot of time though. Or if you do close bearish, then you gotta start closing like this, and then you'll be good, you know. But closing like this won't cut it for the next 30 or for the next hour. You just realize that we're in a trade? Yeah, it's been an hour, bruh. What you mean you just realized? An hour in drawdown? Look, bro, 39.95 and 39.77. Hey, are you gonna pull up, Jack? Are you gonna pull out the Sometimes you be pulling out clean patterns from past price action. Is that anything? Imagine. The day looks really good though. I know we're not in a daily trade chat, but in terms of like lower highs here, it shows you haven't filled the range yet. The range fill is down here, right? So on a higher time frame idea, that's kind of where you're breaking into. You see how you rejected like kind of in the middle of nowhere? It's off of these areas, right? Barely broke the previous lows, but your range is like down towards here. 04, etc. BTC hit 50,000. Let's see. BTC 50,000. Oh, 60,000. Fake out though. Looks like it might hit 53. 53 is your next range, so that's about the range fill. Chat, you guys think it's gonna be a 24-hour stream? Put a 1 if you think it's gonna be a 24-hour stream. Put a 2 if you think we're gonna be out before 11. You think we'll be out before 11? It's like every month we do a little like 24-hour stream. So. Two? You think before 11? Okay. Is that an honest answer though? That better not be a wish. I like the 1. The 1 is really clean. Like how many times have you seen like a bullish closure that like closes below the ranges and then you just get you get like a correction of it immediately right after, right? The only thing I'm worried about is the top wick. It doesn't need to form one, so that's why like if it does come down, like create structure, that'll be clean. But yeah, you have that 1 there. First bullish candle. You think we should test the lows? Okay. This is the shitty part about drawdown though, when it's just like drawdown and you don't move. It's like that's the annoying part. A fake above 40-40, yeah, that'll be clean too. That'll wipe out the one. I'm getting windows getting done. We getting out now. Let's pull down. Walkman, did you manage it or no? Wait, this is your second drawdown with us, right? Imagine now. I see. So you're still in? Oh shit. Chat, this is a push. Let's see. You still gotta break below 15, right? 15 pullback hold. But that is a nice push. If you can get a back-to-back push, that'd be nice. That'd be a pop. You need a 1-2 pop here for volume. And 15, you still got a lot of time. Might not be a leg candle on the 15, but this 15 is getting filled here. Second time here at drawdown. Chat, how many times have you guys been in drawdown with us so far? Let me know, like, what number of drawdown is this for you guys on the streams since we first came back? This is the second drawdown. Drawdown builds character, but it can make or break you. If you can't handle drawdown, it's gonna break you for sure.
Okay, boo. Easy.
3 years? Okay, you got some experience. A ton. Please watch and interview. What's the difference? What's the difference? Is it cleaner here for you? I used to put like on my screen too, but I don't do it no more because there's no point, right? We're not even taking a trade interview anyways. I think Blueberry does work a trading view though. Chat, does anyone use trading view Blueberry? Like anyone trade on the trading view terminal with Blueberry markets? Don, have you updated the balance? The lot size? No, we're gonna update it at like 4K. So we're a little far, but maybe 3.5. I gotta see. Let's hit 3 first though, and we'll decide. We'll keep it to a minimum 3. Let's see. I don't know if I trust this, but it's holding that zone. It's a very weak area. This could be an illusion though. But let's see. Could this be? Could we be out before 11? We got 19 minutes, gold. Go 19 minutes. If you can close heavy bearish, the next one could just go fill the leg candle right down there at 11. The only way I can see us like holding this or extending TP is if the 1 hour close is bearish, but bearish enough where we haven't gotten break even yet and we're still in. So it's gonna have to be like somewhere here on a closure, and then 1 hour open up, you can get this. That's like the only way I can see us extending TP down to like 78. but this is not a strong bearish candle on the one if it closed the way it is. You need to close like a little more than that, right? Like this is a pretty large bullish candle. So when it comes down to structure, like you want to see it close below structure. So that's more so between like 4,004 and like 19 or in 4,000 in that zone. Let's see. Coming down again. So can this be the leg candle fill in the 5, right? You have a 5 leg candle fill right here. Could you fill it, man? Is this gonna be the push? I over leverage. Yeah, don't over leveraging is like it just increases the anxiousness in the drawdown. It's like drawdown is already enough, but to be over leveraged in drawdown is kind of like it's a shittier feeling. This is not worth the emotions. We should be good. Yeah, it's looking good. There's a blue zone, and once below the blue zone, one slight pullback, I'm assuming. Right there in that area, and then below there clean. I think for sure though, below you have a leg count here, kinda, not really, but you can treat it like one. Below 4,004. Did you feel a leg count yet? No, not yet, right? You still got a bit to go. At least 17 pips. This is pulling back again though, so maybe you can pull back here, not pull back down here. I will take that as well. That won't be bad. You look like Rich Brian? Let me guess. I look like Yao Ming and Jeremy Lin too, right? Rich Brian? Brian, you still listen to Rich Brian. Does he still make music? I remember that one Rich Brian song that had everyone in the chokehold? The whole world's in the chokehold. Where is it? Rich Brian is equivalent to like Jaden Smith music. Gospel. Remember that song with XX? '88 Rising, that era. 88 Rising. Bro, there's so many Asian rappers in New York now. Y'all know who I'm talking about? What's that? Who's that Asian guy? He's a rapper. He's from New York. He's on drill beats. 3 hours for 10 pips? Wait, what if it's 11? No, but I think this could be a runner, chat. Higher chance it can be a runner of the drawdown. That's the thing about the drawdown. It gives you at least, you know, the benefit of the drawdown is you do get higher chance for runners because you are pulling back more. Lock in. You called wash. Can you make a Discord server? Yeah, chat, I have a Discord server. The mod to link it. This Discord server, chat, is like, I want to keep the convo from here over to bring it over there. Like basically, like it's really like overseas, like ODVS, like our strategy. So like it's people who like have questions about this strategy or like want to talk about charts regarding the strategy. Like, because then when you have too many strategies in the Discord, it's just kind of like any other Discord. It's just those free community ones, right? And I don't want it to be like that. I want it to be like people who actually want help or questions or concerns about the strategy, because there's people in there who have experience here and experience with my strategy and that can help others out in there. But when it's just like, you know, different charts and ideas, it's a little confusing for others. Spreads are a little wide here, Lip Hip. Not gonna lie, man. We need to tighten up a little bit. This move down could be a lot stronger. It's good here, though. I will say this was decent. It is equivalent to this. But this is, you know. Let's see. 13 minutes for a 1 hour candle, maybe. If this re-breaks the lows and glitches, keep your eyes open. W Jordy. Salary play? No, you can talk about salary play. We can talk whatever, like we're on a strategy, you know? Okay, chat. Let's see. Let's see. Is this gonna be it? We're glitching a little bit. Let's see. It needs a break. How far is this from breaking? 27 pips. 1 minute looking clean. It's the 5 looking a little eye too. The 5, I wouldn't really look at the 5 to be honest. 5 no top wick. 15 is eye. The 1 hour is the best time from here though. I will say right now the 1. And you might close at 4,004 chat. So if you do close in that area, we could talk. Remember earlier I mentioned that we could get a steeper runner if it does close at 4,004. Or anywhere below the blue zone, honestly, for the 1 hour closure. You got 11 minutes to push down like 40 pips. But if you're pushing down now, you might even be out before 11. Delete blue box. That's not how it works, man. I can't lie, you know. I can't lie about where we're gonna struggle at. 1 hour is no top wick too. You know, might as well just, if I delete the blue box, I might as well start drawing a top wick here. Guys, look, we have a top wick. We're good. Unfortunately, that's not the case. But 1 hour is clean. I will say that. 1 hour, I'm assuming next candle, top wick. Hopefully not too steep, and then continuation chat like that. That's what I would expect. It's kind of like the onion play. This is like an onion play right here in the 1. If it closes bearish in the old playbook. Oh, you talking about FVG until I join the Discord? You about to send a FVG chart, aren't you?
Don't say a word, brother.
Gotta play Fiend? You think so? This time I do it though.
Yeah. Hey, I remember pushing DT with a man and whipping 2 Mazdas. Grocery shopping at Royal Plaza. Me and Lil Sandra was broke on the ground.
Let's see. Let's see. Almost breaking the blue zone, chat. We're almost out. It looks like torture to watch, but this blue zone is very important, okay? The blue zone is about to be broken. Tapping the bond, the blue zone. So this is a minor support. Could get reactions off of it. I'm kind of going off of this up to the left here. Nothing too major, but you do got to break. And look at that. Right off the blue zone. No FVG required. What time is it? 51. 5 minute closure in 4. If you can close bearish below, that would be sweet too. You don't like using FVG? I don't know what it is. I don't know the in and outs of FVGs, so I just don't use it. Everything that I use, I kind of developed through just like trial and error. So if I get to FVG at some day, then I'll use it for sure. I'm not against it though, I just don't use it. It's just not something that I kind of evolve with. Shout out to FVG traders out there though. Almost everybody. 80% of the industry probably. FVG. FVG, FVG. Alright, okay. Can we actually come down though? What does it stand for? I don't know. Chat, what does FVG stand for? Fair value gap. There we go. Boom. Fair value gap. Come on now. Sharks and dolphins strat. Imbalance. I haven't used imbalance too. I know what imbalance is a little more though. Imbalance is like cleaner traffic, to be honest. So it's closer to what I do. Like I think there's a. Is there imbalance here? Not really. Actually, you might put an imbalance here, right? This whole entire clean traffic. Yeah, imbalance though. I haven't really touched upon. This is really slow though. All right, chat. You have 7 minutes here, so either you close where you are or you push down before. Just get ready though, right? BE is gonna be 4001, and I hope we don't hit a BE. There's a slight chance though. If you start pushing down near the end of the 1 hour candle, there is a chance you can hit BE, but that is my BE zone in advance. Okay, 4001.13. That will be BE, and then trail stops is 3099.99. And then 3098 trail stops again, 96 trail stops again, 93 is trail stops again, and TP is down here at 89, but that likely will be 93 to be honest. Okay. Okay, chat. When I was looking good though. Where's the pop? I don't know. It's just struggling to push down. Maybe a 1 hour candle. 7 minutes. Hold on. You want Fiend, right? My bad. Here we go. Maybe you're right. Maybe you're right, man. Maybe Fiend will take us down here. You're out. W. Anyone have pineapples early up here? You'll be out too, probably. Where's the glitch? Hello? Or is it just one of those trending days that just slowly comes down? But you're not at the lows though. You're still like coming down towards the lows, so I can't see that happening. It's got a glitch. Can we get profits? 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 Just bring up memory. Let's see. Let's see. Bro, right off of it, bro. Right off of the zone. Is this it? 1 minute flip. Flippy flip. Chat, if this rips down like 70 pips off bat, like towards 96, I'm closing full, okay? Just in case it does. I don't know if it is, but if it does, we'll be closing full. Spreads are a little wide. I'm not gonna lie. They are a little wide, so something tells me 11 might be the one, but let's see. They are a little wide. They haven't tied enough to glitch. We're mirroring down the 1 minute. Where? This? This, you mean? Yo, Fiend is not working, guys. 3 minutes for a 1 though. So the good thing though is if it closes outside the blue box, runners, right? We have a higher chance because the 1 can open up and just go straight down. Maybe a top wick, it could happen, but you still have that idea, right? So at least it's not like a 1 hour leg, like, or like a weak bearish. Like if it was like this, then that would really suck. Unless it pulls up now, that would really that might be a 24-hour stream. But yeah, closing like majority correcting this blue candle here, this bullish one, will be good. So anywhere below the blue box is good. 2 more minutes though. Play in the end Linkin Park. I actually like Linkin Park. I was like my childhood artist, emo kid. Wait, Linkin Park is not one person, right, chat? It's a band? It's a band, right? Linkin Park, yeah. Was it the person in Linkin Park that died, or was that a different band? Lead singer. Chester. Linkin Park. Yeah, Chester. I think I remember seeing this on YouTube. Yeah, I saw that last video he had on YouTube with his family. That was kind of sad. Play Let's Go. But yo, y'all. Chat, give me a song, man. What song should I play for TP here? There's only one song I would chat. All right, 1 hour closure here, guys. 1 hour candle close, bears right below the blue zone, so that's good. 5 leg candle, so that's good too. The only thing is a 1 hour top wick, honestly. I don't know if that's gonna happen. I don't know if it's gonna be steep. I don't know. But cause like, yo, if you get a top wick and you flip, you know, that structure good. But let's see. It doesn't have to. There are some occasions where it just rips. But I wouldn't know at this point, really, if the one is gonna open up or not. The top wick, here it goes. Top wick. Can it re-break the lows now? Hopefully it's not too steep. The next resistance is the top of the blue range, so I definitely don't want to go back into that range. Let's play a calm song, man. Let's play a calm song. This is like a calm drawdown, so let's play a calm song. Now I realize I had the stream way behind. GG's. This is actually ridiculous, though. Look at this. Really, bruh? Right there. Someone earlier said we tap into an FVG. At what point is that gone? Chat, if we win this trade, I need a W spam, huh? Top wick again. Spreads are still kind of wide though. I'm not gonna lie, they haven't tightened up. Maybe they'll tighten up after you break below, but it's actually that's not too bad. Got a little tighter. Let's see. a little smaller. Real friends, how many of them? You know what's a calm song? You know that Spider-Man Metro album? All bangers. This album, all hits. Hey, when's Spider-Verse coming out again? When's the new one coming out? I know Spider-Man coming out next month, right? Come on, bruh. We gotta post the Sonic meme after too. When you come back from 150 pips of drawdown. I was looking in the comments on that. People were like, we were tweaking. They're like 150 pips. Why are you 150 pips of drawdown? Bro, look at it now. It's like 150 pips is nothing. Like 150 pips is like pennies to like in this pip session that we're in. Okay. Okay. Can we go? Okay, chat. We are in blues. $2 in blues. Okay. Can we tap the BE zone? Imagine we just close right here though. BE zone. Just push through. Okay, hold on. The re-break. Not yet. Not yet. Not yet. Not yet. Very close though. The re-break of that will be BEs. Okay. I think we saw the same amount of pips as the last one too. So clearly 2 struggles at that zone. Third struggle could be the charm. That could be the one that drives through. One hour flips might be a top wick though. Tapped it. Honestly, you know, a little more, like at least a pip below or something. All right, this it. Spreads are wide. Look at that. If you see the spreads, you're not getting your bread. But let's see. Hopefully that times up. 20 pips. $65. Not bad. Can we get a what does a blue rectangle mean? That was just like a struggle range. Today that's what it meant, just a struggle range. We struggled a lot there. If you break back into it, you might range there again though, but yeah, that's what that is. I'll basically be happy with what the mistake of leveraging. That's good though. No more mistakes, huh? No more over leveraging mistakes. Spreads are wide, chat. Okay, there we go. Now we're officially break even. Next line is trail stops, okay? The spreads are wide, I'm not gonna lie. Okay, there you go. There you go. One more push. Can we get it? And that's it, chat. That is it, man. Wow. What a experimental trade, huh? Nah, but what a good drawdown experience, right? Like that wasn't too bad, but also if you kept your emotions intact, pat yourself on the shoulders. W. I would have wanted a runner. The thing is, we can still get another trade, chat. So I'm gonna mark this up though, and then we'll come back. Day's not done yet, but you know, we did 30 pips there. Not bad. Like it wasn't a runner, but 30.7 pips here. An hour and 26 minute trade. That's a pretty good time. Chat, can y'all spam W's, bro? I haven't done this in a minute. I'm gonna post on my story, chat. Can we get a W spam? Can we get a W spam?
Type of time you on?
Yeah.
Chanel cover. It's on my mother. hot in the moon. Type of time we on.
All right, W chat. Thank you guys. WW. WW. Just save that. Let's go, chat. So W, bro. If you didn't shit your pants or if you didn't pee your pants, bro, W. You kept your emotions. Look, the 1 hour candle opened up, and yo, I'm not gonna lie. It was kind of like a long shot for the 1 hour to come down and close that steep. I didn't think it actually would. I thought it would close like, yo, 499. Orchid 499. Thank you, bro. Yo, you just gave me 30% of my profits. Thank you, man. Thank you. Nah, but chat, yeah, I didn't like the 1 hour closure. If it didn't close below the blue zone, I think it would have been a little bit of like a longer stream, but it did. So, you know, yeah, W trade. I'm gonna journal it out, and then we'll come back and we'll see if we can get another trade. Still a bit of time, but you know, we'll probably start placing a session stop loss very soon. What percent did everyone get? You got 1,000 pips? Holy. Wait, really? Oh yeah, you got an entry from up here, 30. That's not 1,000, it's 300. Pineapple? Alright, I'm gonna journal this over, chat. Okay, cool down period, and then we come back right away. Gotta cool down that dopamine. You know, too much dopamine. You don't want to start making decisions off dopamine, right? Not good. What did we take there? Cells. What was the original idea? I think just a fake out or a wick entry cell liquidity. That's what that was. It was a wick entry cell. So liquidity on the 1. No, on the 5, not the 1. Wick entry cells, 4 stops. TP is the 5. Resistance, BE, minute, the 5, 15. I think we used 2. And then the 4 hour as well, right? The top wick that we wanted. Too steep of a top wick, but still, we did use that. And then it was a win. Money wise, what do we do? 15.35. Pips wise, 30.7. Drawdown. This is the fun part when you gotta draw and get to calculate it. This is 390. It wasn't too bad, but it was enough to get the blood flowing. Max profits was, we peaked at 54. No. Yeah, 54. I just put 54. Exit reasoning is trust stop loss hit on the minute. And then pips wise, 30.7. It's not bad. We peaked at 54. We got 30. We got majority of it. Not bad. I'll take that as a W. I mean, it's a W as long as you follow the plan, right? Like sometimes, chat, you can get runners. Sometimes it doesn't set you up for runners. I thought we would get a runner today, just like by the way we were flowing. But I think like spreads coming down were a little wide, and they're still a little wide right now too. So volume isn't really like fully there yet. So something tells me like, is there going to be another move today? And if it is it going to be bearish? Right? Is it going to be bearish for continuations, or are we going to correct this move now? So we'll analyze that and see what we can take next. Liquidity, wick entries on the 5, 4, 30.7. Stops are kind of wide there too, to be honest, though. 2000. And then percentage wise, let's see, we did 15.35. 0.54%, not bad. 0.75 for the week. Not bad, chat. So let's see. $87.35. Percentage wise, pips wise, 7,531. I'm gonna put a period there. 34. Wins. One, two, three. A2Bs. Gold sells once again too. 0.54. And pips wise, 30.1. 30.7. Lit. All right, chat. Wait. Yeah, cool. Cool. All right, chat. So, yeah, what could we do next, chat? What could we do next, right? Because the day's not done, but it's coming down to 11, so we can probably be aggressive. I think there might be a 30-minute leg count there going down, but what could we do next? I think continuation is good. Maybe a top wick is needed. So if you can get a top wick at like 40.20, you know what? Let's just call that a day, bro, because I don't know how long that's gonna take for you to come up. If you come up, right? Because this volume's been slow to come down, so maybe it's a quick push up, but then you still gotta wait for price to break back below, and that'll be like 11:30, 12. Let's just call it a day, chat. I thought there'll be more room, but I think the 1 hour no top wick could be a thing. I was a little unsure of that too on the opening, if you'll get one or not. And you don't have one, it doesn't need to form one. The only other idea I could have maybe is like continuations down. But again, I don't want to take continuations down like at the bottom of the ranges. I want to take, if I take continuations down, I want them down from here. But I don't have enough evidence or enough like confirmations to take me down here yet. So I need to wait for a top wick here, so that's going to kill some time, right? The only idea is like, yeah, continuation here. But again, that's the bottom of the range. The only other idea maybe is wick entry sells, but that's going to be more so of like up here, you know, and that's really far. That's at least like 600 pips. So honestly, chat, yeah, that might be it, man. GG's. W day. I mean, I'll take it. I'll take it, chat. We're going to call it. We'll move on to tomorrow. Tomorrow's Thursday. I think you have a red fold tomorrow finally. First one of the week. I lied, not the first one of the week, but yeah, maybe first one of the week. Yeah, first one of the week tomorrow. It's nothing too major. It's core PC price index, so maybe that can give you a stronger day than today. Until then, though, chat, ADM East, I'll see you guys tomorrow, right? If you guys want every single signal taken on this account, taken since 1K, Divas01 is where you want to go. If you want the free playbook, number 1 and number 2 out now. I'm working on a 2.1 version, and that should be an updated version of V2, and that's going to be the bridge between 1 and 2. But yeah, that's in the works. If you guys want that, admeast.com, this is where you want to go for all your training needs. And yeah, chat, I will see you guys tomorrow morning at ADM East. All right, have a good day, everybody. Peace. Oh, Discord profits? Sure. Chat, can y'all flood the Discord profits from stream? Profits from stream. So if you took the trade on stream, let me see what y'all did. I keep forgetting to ask that. Or if you want to join the Discord chat, Discord link right there. should be sent right there in the chat. All right, in that chat. Fuck it. We'll just skip it. We'll see you guys tomorrow. All right, chat. Peace out. Have a good day. W Let Pep. Peace, 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 peace.
Let's go. Turn me up a little bit, Brody. Yeah. Man. Spider. Waxed. Yeah, King Spider the right way. Yeah. King Smoke, nigga, pass me dope. Every nigga around me go. Let's go. Everything about me slow. I put a knife on the hoe. Oh God. 200-foot yacht, oh. Hey. I was about to come to your coast. Woo. Bitch got excited when I bought her the rose. Bitch ran over my toe. Shanae crop on her toes. She know she got to stick to the code. Everything about me dope. Everything about me dope. Yeah. Tars about to eat McDonald's. Get french fry for her. Yeah. I'm so wavy, tsunami, whoa. Cowabunga pain on the dome. Spaghetti's on that bitch and now she drawn. That nigga players built the ass, built the run. I'm going for it, man, with the diamonds on your pulse. I told that bitch listen to me, cause I'm the one. She the two. I iced her crew. Her mama too. What's up, mom? They say I'm goated now. Just left my P.O. back to sippin', nigga bloated now. Yeah. Whoa. Wake up, Shanae approach. Balenciaga no coach. I'd rather flex on the low. She'll never lie to the goat. Everything about me dope. Everything about me dope. Yeah. Everything about me goated. Let go. 2 C's all on the panties. Double up. A rich nigga, I can't explain it. No. A whole lot of M's I manage. I take me a piss in the Atlantic. Woo. I took me a piss in the Pacific. The ocean, bitch, no kissing. This badass bitch wanna kiss it. I told her both hands, no spinning. Everything we do is extended. She owe my dick hold and spinning it. I'm testing little mama, I'm missing it. I'm fucking her deep, my fist in it. She slippery wet, she twisting it. Nigga play, we pull up blitz and shit. Don't fuck these niggas, don't trust this shit. R.I.P. kid, no kids and shit. No kids. My wrist hit, my kids on fleek, bitch, everything lit. Hey, I put on my pants like everybody else. When I pop pills, I'm like a hero. Take it to the Neptune, they'll say you scared. I'm geeked up, don't scare me though. Hey, I put on my pants like everybody else. When I pop pills, I'm like a hero. Let's go, they gon' say you buzzing because of me. I don't think you ready for that, but that don't mean I think you weak. Let's go, I'm stuck on syrup, I'm just like weed. I don't even really care that much when she get out, think she sneaky. Who blow that money but don't go broke out here like me? Reach back to the mob, it ain't nothing bigger, they told me they see. I'm so slimed in, I'm wiping my eyes so I can see. I'm so slimed in, I'm shutting my skin all over the sea. Pints and carrots, right, go up, I'm the highest ever, I kid you not. Hey. I put on my pants like everybody else. When I pop pills, I'm like a hero. Take it to the Neptune, they'll say you scared.